Thursday, February 18th. Hope you're doing all right. The storms are ravaging parts of our country, especially Texas, where at least 24 have died, millions without power. But Ted Cruz living the life, going to Cancun. It's unreal. I mean, it's not a surprise. Let's remember when the idea of a Republican going to have fun while other people are suffering and dying is what Donald Trump did every weekend when he played golf while thousands died from COVID. But what we learned just minutes ago that Ted Cruz, wait for it, lied. He's a serial liar. Donald Trump was actually right about one thing. He's lying, Ted Cruz. I think it's so funny to cite Trump that he was correct about something. And here's what I'm talking about. I think everybody knows this. Ted Cruz, the story is he didn't tell the media. He went down to Cancun with his family yesterday. The reason we learned about it is that people on the plane took pictures. They took pictures in the airport. And all of a sudden, his office had to reveal he was there. So what he did was scurry around and quickly buy a ticket to come back on his own today, as opposed to staying till Saturday, which reportedly that's when he was going to stay. But here's where the lie is, because that's not the lie. It's just typical Trumpian Cruz type of thing where I'm still going to live the life of luxury while people are suffering because you don't care. That's sort of the callousness of the GOP. Here's where Cruz lied. At least appears like he lied, and I think he did. On just a short time ago, he was in the airport in Cancun, and the reporters asked him about why he went there. And he said, Texas, I'll read it verbatim. He said, Texas is going through horrific storms, and millions of Texans have lost power, have lost heat, and they've been hurt. Adding, our family was among them. We had no heat, no power. So you hear very clearly, Ted Cruz saying just a short time ago, about an hour ago, Texans lost power, lost heat. Quote, our family was among them. We had no heat and no power. So obviously, he's trying to get some sympathy. His family's struggling. They went to Cancun with the kids because they want to stay in a house with no heat and no power. How sad it is, especially for younger children. They're there alone. Here's the problem. Ted Cruz Monday was on a conservative radio talk show in Texas and said, and the guy's name is Joe Pagliarelli, and on my show, I'll actually play it because you can hear both audios. He said then about what was going on, this is Monday, quote, thankfully, my home, we didn't lose power. So right now we've got a bunch of neighborhood kids all over playing with our girls because their parents lost power and our house was lucky. So we've got kids running up and down the stairs now. So on Monday, he says, thankfully, my home, we didn't lose power. We were lucky. And he just says now when he got caught going to Cancun, Texans have lost power. Our family was among them. We had no heat and no power. The obvious question is, when was Ted Cruz lying? Was he lying Monday on Joe Pagliarelli's local radio show in Texas? Or is he lying now that he got caught in a horribly embarrassing situation? You don't have to be a lawyer to understand how cross-examination works, understand how credibility works. It looks like, very likely, Ted Cruz just lied on national TV, making this story expand into a much bigger story. Is there a teeny chance he had power on Monday, lost it on Tuesday, and Wednesday said we're all going to Cancun and suddenly bought tickets for his whole family? Possible, but what we've learned, at least the reporting is, it was a pre-planned trip and they were going to stay through Saturday. And he went down there. And there's nothing wrong with a senator, a member of that Congress, even a president going on vacation. But not when you represent a state where 24 people have died, millions have no power, they're freezing, there is no water for many because it got so cold, the pipes broke. You don't go on vacation then. And if you go on vacation then and you're going to use your kids as the reason, like he did, expect the backlash. And now add on top of that, you lie to us? Now, people are like, well, will Ted Cruz resign? Come on. These are Republicans. You become a Republican official, so you never have to do the right thing. Plus, you can't shame them. They're shameless. I've done it. We've all tried to shame them. You can't shame the GOP. They're impervious to shame. They have no decency. So it'll be a story for a few days. I think, though, potentially, though, in the big picture, when Ted Cruz runs for president in 2024, I think this will be used against him by other Republicans going, well, what if you're president and there's a calamity in America? Are you going to run to Cancun, Ted? Are you going to lie about why you ran to Cancun? And it furthers lying, Ted. But, even without the lie makes it even more despicable. It's sort of like stolen valor when someone says they served in the military and they really didn't. It's sort of like stolen suffering. like using the suffering of other people. A lot of low-income people, people of color are struggling in Texas. And now he's going to use their pain to go, this is why I had to fly to a swanky resort in Cancun in Mexico. First, right on its face, it's despicable. But think about the level of arrogance and selfishness that Ted Cruz, when people in the state he represents are suffering so horrifically in a storm that we've not seen in our lifetimes, would go down there to a swanky, rich resort in Cancun to hang out, enjoy some fun in the sun. Who does that? Oh, yeah, Republicans. That's it. So we'll talk about that more in my show, and I'll play the actual clips. You can hear them back to back on my show. You can decide for yourself. It's pretty clear. This is the kind of dream when I used to be a trial attorney, you cross-examining a witness. This is the dream come true. They say something on the stand, and you have some evidence that they said a prior statement. You go, but on Monday, didn't you say this? And they go, bingo. So my show's live 6 to 9 p.m. on channel 127. If you don't subscribe to SiriusXM, there are free trials. Go to the website, get a free trial. Listen to my show. Better yet, call in. Be a part of our family. We have so much work to do, my friends. Getting rid of Trump was step one in a journey of thousands of things to get done. If you want progress, stay active. Join us. Thanks for tuning into the preview of tonight.